Today we are on the Costa Brava in the town of Blinds, specifically in the residential area of Cala Sant Francesc. My name is Marina and I'm with Damlex Realty. Today we're going to look at a fantastic brand new modern villa located within walking distance of the sea. And now I invite you to follow me inside. The house we're looking at today is unique in a way. Its uniqueness lies in the fact that it is incredibly difficult to find a brand new modern villa on our coast. That's simply because there are fewer and fewer plots available for construction. That makes houses like this one a true gem of this neighborhood. On the ground floor of the villa, there is a spacious living room, and its standout feature is the double-height ceiling. This is a very rare find in homes on the Costa Brava. Another beautiful touch in this villa is the wood-burning fireplace. Hardly anyone installs real wood-burning fireplaces these days, but with this one, you can actually use real firewood. Just imagine how wonderful it is to sit by a roaring fire, especially in the chilly winter weather. A special highlight is this modern chandelier, which fits beautifully into the interior design of the house. Those of you who follow our videos and have been subscribed to our channel for a while know that I absolutely adore spaces like this. Open areas where there are no walls or partitions, making it incredibly easy and seamless to move from one zone to another. From the living room, you can easily step into the cozy dining area, and from the dining room into the fully equipped kitchen. The kitchen is my absolute passion. Many of you already know that I love to cook, and this kitchen is a chef's dream. Made by an Italian manufacturer, it comes fully equipped with meal appliances. Here you have an oven, a built-in coffee machine, and a steamer. But most importantly, cooking here for family and guests is pure pleasure. And the main convenience of this house is that you can step out onto a spacious terrace with a view from absolutely any point. Take a look at the view opening up behind my back. Yes, we aren't located very high up on the mountain, so our sea view is very calm and smooth. Some might feel like there isn't quite enough of a sea view. But let me remind you, you are within walking distance of the beach here. A bit later, I'll tell you about the unique features of this neighborhood, and I'm sure you'll add it to your list of top areas to look for and buy property. The double-glazed windows in this house also deserve close attention. Look at how thin and narrow the frame profile is. This was done intentionally so that nothing gets in the way of your eyes enjoying the sea. The windows are flush with the floor and go all the way to the ceiling. And during the summer heat, we can hide from the sun by lowering the blinds, which are fully automated. In this house, the upper windows also roll down with the push of a button. I really love this system because you don't have those traditional shutters, which are a bit outdated and out of style now. A system like this keeps us perfectly safe from the summer heat. As you can see, the living room and honestly the entire villa is designed in a sleek, minimalist style. Nothing is loud or flashy. All the furniture is from Italian brands, and the same goes for the light fixtures. From the living room, I invite you to check out one of the bedrooms located on the ground floor. By the way, this is incredibly convenient for anyone with elderly relatives who find stairs difficult. They can live comfortably on this level. Living room, kitchen, bedroom, all right here. And the hallway leads directly to the bedroom. Look at this stained glass window at the entrance. It's not a solid wall that would immediately eat up the space, but a beautiful piece of stained glass. It features the same automatic blinds that you can lower. The closets in the hallway are lined with natural leather, and they are very spacious. Again, the entire aesthetic of the house is built on using furniture, window heights, and doors to give the home space, making it feel like it's stretching upwards. Look, the closet doors go from the floor to the ceiling. The interior doors also run from the floor to the ceiling. All of this adds a certain grandeur while giving you a sense of space. Here is one of the bedrooms. Just look at these bedrooms. This is definitely not your standard Spanish layout. The bed is a large double. There's an armchair for relaxing, deep built-in wardrobes, and a workspace, for instance, if this happens to be a room for guests who need to get some work done during their stay. Plus, this bedroom has its own exit to the garden. Your guest or relative can wake up in the morning and go for a swim without disturbing anyone. On this same level, we have a guest bathroom, which also functions as the bathroom for the guest room. That's why it's equipped with a shower. If it seems a bit small at first glance, take a closer look. It's really not. Towel warmers are installed here, and as you can see, the plumbing fixtures are quite unique. Everything is so original and unconventional, right? I mean, even the toilet comes in this creamy color. Another huge plus of this villa is the convenient garage. It's located right on the ground floor, and as you saw, there are no steps at all. If you arrive with groceries, you can easily bring them straight into the kitchen, or if you're back from a long trip with suitcases, you don't have to lug them up any stairs either. Now let's head into the Holy of Holies, the bedrooms. Look at how many interesting interior details there are in this house. By the way, we'll talk more about this a bit later. All the paintings you see throughout the house are originals by fascinating contemporary artists. And look at these wonderful railings. It's glass, but with a matte finish. On one hand, it creates a sense of volume, and on the other, this frosted glass doesn't show fingerprints. I absolutely love houses that feature a double height ceiling in at least one area because, for those who didn't know, Spain has very strict building regulations regarding house heights. So when it comes to high ceilings, many of you complain that ceilings are too low, but it's not always legally possible to build them higher. That's why houses like this are so valuable. It's their unique charm when you have a home like this. I pointed out this chandelier for a reason. Look at how interesting it is. It lights up from both the bottom and the top. Imagine how gorgeous it looks in the evening when it gets dark. No matter whether you are downstairs or upstairs, this chandelier creates a very interesting ambience in the house. Welcome to the smallest bedroom on this floor, and I'm smiling for a reason. Anyone who has hunted for real estate in Spain knows that bedrooms here are always very small, even in private villas. But the people who built this home designed it for themselves. Look at what a wonderful bedroom this is. It's a kid's room. It fits a double bed, 2 nightstands, a workspace, a chest of drawers, and a wardrobe. And we still have plenty of floor space left over. And this bedroom, just like all the bedrooms on this floor, has a sea view. I already mentioned that all the paintings in this house are originals. This one happens to be my favorite piece. It was painted by the Spanish artist Roger Hall in 1979. The house is being sold fully furnished exactly as it is, and all the paintings come with certificates of authenticity. Friends, just look at this beauty. Look at how much space there is. You don't get that cramped feeling of long, dark hallways, tiny rooms, or a bunch of cramped little spaces. And again, what a brilliant architectural choice to make part of the wall into a window with a small balcony. It adds even more space. Now, let's move into the second bedroom. This is also a kid's room. By Spanish standards, this room is simply gigantic. In an average older Spanish house, this would probably be 3 rooms instead of 2. The room has its own balcony. This is the only room in the house that doesn't have a sea view, but its windows look out onto a quiet street, and it's a cul-de-sac, so there's no through traffic. Only people who live on this street drive here. As you can see, this room is set up for 2 children. Each has their own bed, designed in a daybed style. There are also full-sized wardrobes and a proper workspace. If someone plans to live here permanently and the kids need to do their homework, they have the perfect spot to hit the books. I'd like to point out that on this floor, you have parquet flooring everywhere. Downstairs is natural marble, but up here it's parquet. Because of that, the lower level has underfloor heating, while up here we have radiators. They are from an Italian brand. We've seen the 2 bedrooms intended for the children, and that's why the bathroom they share features a bathtub, since kids love splashing around in the bath. So we managed to fit a bathtub here, along with a wonderful and quite spacious shower. There are double sinks. The bathroom is equipped not just with a toilet, but also a bidet, which, by the way, is something people rarely install these days. And here we are in the master bedroom. Naturally, the owners get the best bedroom with the finest views and their own private terrace. It faces the sea completely head-on. The terrace here is wide, offering plenty of space for sofas, a coffee table or sun loungers where you can work on your tan without even going downstairs. Here is another design choice that I personally really like. These mirrored doors. This door leads into every woman's dream, a walk-in closet. The closet is waiting for its new owner to fill all these shelves with some interesting outfits. There's a matte muted mirror running along the wall that matches the doors. You also have a makeup vanity stylized with a bit of a vintage touch, but still modern. And the next identical mirrored door, all the doors here are from Italian manufacturers, leads us into the ensuite bathroom. Don't worry about the neighbors seeing you. This window is designed so that from this side we can see the sea, but from the outside nobody can see us. So if anyone watching enjoys a bit of exhibitionism, well, unfortunately you'll have to replace the window. In here we also have cabinets and a shower. As I've mentioned many times, people in Spain aren't big fans of bathtubs, which is why they always put the bath in the kids' room. In the master bedroom, we have a shower instead. Oh, I could talk about this house forever. There are so many interesting details. For instance, look at this textured wall. It's lined with a special material and it looks incredibly stylish, not gaudy and not overloaded with bright colors or gold decor. Everything is very elegant, sleek, and in the exact color palette that I love. The owners of the villa undeniably possess excellent taste. They took all this minimalism and tranquility and balanced it out with stunning pieces of contemporary art. We've moved down to the basement level. You'll find it just as interesting as the 2 previous floors. Let's start with the more technical details. Behind this door we have the laundry room. It's 10 square meters, which is not small at all. Some Spanish homes have bedrooms that are 6 square meters, and here we have 10 just for laundry. This next room might not interest women much, but men will love it. It is, as many of you like to put it, the heart of the house. This is where all the equipment is located. The aerothermal system, water purification, the boiler, and a very cool feature, a central vacuum system. All the dust and debris from every floor is collected right here. On each floor, there's an outlet that looks like an electrical socket where you plug in the hose. Each floor has its own hose stored in a closet. When you vacuum, all the dirt goes straight into that tank. Why is this convenient? Because you or your cleaning staff don't have to run up and down floors with a vacuum cleaner or buy a separate vacuum for every single floor. It's a very clever and handy piece of equipment, and just like that, we've moved into the area for spa and relaxation lovers. What else is there to do in Spain but relax? And when the weather turns bad, a sauna is exactly what we need. We have both a hammam and a sauna here. A sauna always impresses me, just like it would anyone who appreciates a good hot water treatment. It instantly makes you want to use it. Over here we have a relaxation zone where you could easily set up a massage table. The reason I said this zone is just as interesting as the top 2 floors is that we aren't completely underground. Usually basements in Spain are entirely subterranean, but here, as you can see, it's a ground level floor. We have direct access to the outside from here. And now we've stepped out into the garden. Look at this wonderful pool and the sunbathing zone. A few words about the garden. The plot size here is about 1,000 square meters. It might not sound huge, but this plot has everything people from northern countries dream of. There are palm trees and banana plants. A landscaping company worked on this yard, and from my point of view, they poured everything they could into it. At the same time, notice how spacious the plot feels. There are plants, but the yard isn't overcrowded with them. So we have plenty of space to sunbathe as well as spots to hide from the summer heat, like putting a sun lounger over here to disappear with a book. I already mentioned that this house is thought through down to the smallest detail. I assure you, whoever lives here won't ever want to leave because it has absolutely everything: a sauna, a hammam, a barbecue, and beautiful spacious rooms. On top of that, the pool comes with a jacuzzi, so you can easily get a massage for your tired shoulders. Right here we have a fully equipped summer kitchen. Look at this. I love owners who think of every little thing. Even the barbecue zone is styled to match the overall concept of the house. Look at the faucet. They could have just installed a basic white one, and who would have noticed? Nobody. But look at how beautiful and well thought out everything is here. Even if the weather turns bad outside, nothing can stop us from enjoying an outdoor barbecue. We can just pull out the awning and comfortably hang out in this area, enjoying a barbecue in the company of our friends. I always love to draw your attention to what the house facades are made of. Take a look at this facade. It's also very sleek, nothing extra, nothing flashy, but it's entirely made of materials that will always keep your house looking pristine. It will never look old. That's what I'm trying to say, because it's all porcelain stoneware, which can easily be cleaned by a professional service if it gets dirty over time, meaning it will always look brand new. The same goes for this entire zone. Look, this is a dream for homemakers who, like me, are obsessed with cleanliness, right? But here you see nothing gets permanently dirty. A quick spray with a hose and it's perfectly clean. You can host guests every single day without worrying about anything looking out of place. Here is another detail that might seem minor, but I think it's important. We just saw the barbecue area. Let's say you've invited some friends over, maybe not your closest ones or a very large group, and you're worried about people tracking dirt into the house or things not being perfectly tidy inside. In short, you don't want your guests walking through the house. You can bring your guests to the barbecue area via the outdoor side path. This means all your invitees can reach the pool and barbecue zone without stepping foot inside the house. This same staircase is used by the cleaners, pool maintenance crew, and gardeners. For anyone who has a cold or whose moms and grandmothers used to torture them with homemade aloe nasal drops, well, here it is growing in the garden. And take a look at this fascinating plant. Just like inside the house, there's a lot going on in this garden, but it's not overwhelming and there is nothing extra. Do any of you know why an olive tree grows at the entrance of almost every Spanish home? The olive tree is a symbol of longevity and prosperity. This particular olive tree is over 100 years old. And look how beautifully it's integrated. Usually I see an olive tree just standing out there completely bare and alone, which looks nice too. But I love it when people think through the details. They gather the whole oasis of different plants around this olive tree. For example, I actually know this one. I'm not a great botanist, but locals told me this plant originates from the Canary Islands. And by the way, it's blooming. It's the first time I've ever seen it bloom. Here's another one. Look at this. I love Japan, and I think the Japanese, with their refined appreciation for aesthetics, would truly appreciate this beauty. Look at this trunk. It's incredibly beautiful and very stylish. Well, friends, our tour of this wonderful home has come to an end. Leave your comments below. We are very curious to know your thoughts. If you were watching our video closely, you'll remember I promised to show you a shortcut to the beach. Well, there's the house. We were just inside. Following a convenient paved path, we approach a staircase that will now magically lead us straight to the beach. And just like that, friends, in 2 minutes, I'm already on the lower street level. Now I'll head on down and find myself right on the beach. How did you like today's tour? Leave your comments below the video. And remember that we are looking for a new owner for this gorgeous villa. Subscribe to our channel, give us a like. This was Marina from Damlex Realty. See you next time.